graduation event philosophy, that structure, a couple of days after the course.
You said you haven't come across anybody.
Why haven't you, for example, applied that?
They have a 3-day seminar with a 4th day, but an evening event where basically people get to attend the event in the evening. So my events just haven't lent themselves to it. I do an event about, for example, ebook mastery or marketing ebooks or making money with the internet. Their event is very much lends itself to a graduation where there's a beginning, there's a realization about certain things in one's life, and then there's a transformational process from that, a very deep transformational process from it. It lends itself to the idea of having people in your family come and see you have this breakthrough. Yeah. That makes sense. As opposed to what most of my seminars are, which is much more in a didactic format where there's a lot of information that I've gained, and within 2 or 3 days I need to deliver a lot of this information. As opposed to taking you through a process which is much more experiential and hands-on and personal and going through process after process after process to kind of break you down and build you up again, kind of thing. Yeah. So it's a different it's a different model, I guess. Walter had a comment.
With Landmark, I think it's only fair to mention that there's an incredible amount of coercion that's used on people going through, and the power of social pressure, so that if you're told by trainers, if you don't bring 3 people, then you're not committed. Then you're not really committed to this change. That you don't really value it. There's an incredible amount of pressure. Plus, there's an incredible amount of pressure that people should sign up for the next stages. Otherwise, then what are you really doing here? You said you were going to do this. You made a commitment to yourself, and now what you're not signing up. So there's a cult-like element and a coercive element. Now, it may work very well, but it's just worth mentioning that that's part of the model in this case.
I've heard people say that, and I've gone to a lot of these courses myself, and I have never ever felt coerced or pressurized or anything to that effect. In fact, considerably less so than practically anything else that's any other seminars that I've been to. There is very much the element of they want you to sign up for other courses, of course, back end, and there's very much the element of if you're committed to your growth, etc., then you should go. It's just a personal thing. It's just like I think Alexis mentioned. If I feel I'm being sold to all the time, then I switched off or click off or what have you. Personally, I didn't feel my sensibilities were offended in the way that they did it at all. As opposed to something, for example, an inside track event or something where it's much more. Definitely, there's a hard sell kind of thing. Never felt that from a Landmark forum event or Landmark education event. There's a question from, I think somebody had a comment here, or Margaret. Can we have the microphone, please, Judy? Margaret here.
It's actually directed at your experience. I'm getting the impression that you have actually done the Landmark one.
Yeah.
And the inside track one.
No, I haven't done the inside track. I've gone to the previews, but not done the seminar.
Okay, for the Landmark one, for example, how long ago was it that you did it?
How long ago was it? I've been going to Landmark courses now for about 3 years.
3 years.
So pretty much on a regular basis. Last time I went to one was probably about 9 months ago, a year ago.
Okay. No. Now, I was just wondering if it was a different time and if during that period their strategy has changed.
Sure. I have heard that the old form was very much even blocking people in the room and pushing them up against the wall.
This is a good point because it was based on the model in the U.S. where they call it the forum, not the Landmark forum, and it could be that it's a different offshoot and it's not even the same company.
Yeah, I mean it's what's happened is they've Werner Erhard, who founded it, sold it to his cousin or his brother or something along those lines, and now very much it's a case of the seminar leaders, the 57 of them or what have you, own the business or something to that effect. So it is a different philosophy. It still applies very much the same Zen philosophies and realizations and things that Werner Erhard had, but probably in a much softer way than when they first started, and it was much more in your face, kind of very